So up until this week, kids under the age of 14 in Iowa couldn't handle handguns. But don't worry, the Republicans took care of that, and now they'll be able to with no age limit. The bill would allow anyone under the age of 14 to handle handguns with, under adult supervision with no age limit. So if you're one, if your parent's there, you can handle a handgun in Iowa, doing the great work that they were elected to do.
John, to be fair, the only thing that stops a bad toddler with a gun is a good toddler with a gun.
Toddler with a gun, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, now they have obviously, there's been some pushback against this because it seems insane. Jack Highfill, one of the Republicans who support this, says, you're missing the whole point of the bill. I think this is one of the best bills we've done for Second Amendment rights.
Oh,
and his point is that there needs to be consistency in the laws. And so if you're going to allow 5 or 6-year-olds to use shotguns and rifles, you have to also allow them to use handguns because they're for logical consistency in legislation. First of all, that's crazy. Second of all, there's a good reason why theoretically you might let them use a rifle but not a handgun. Because kids tend to be small, it's really difficult for them to pull the trigger on a 3.5-foot rifle and shoot themselves. Much easier with a Glock. You know, they don't make handguns for children. These children will exclusively be using handguns designed with recoil that adult muscles are supposed to control. But they have no problem with 5- and 6-year-olds using these handguns.
Look at the insane conversation we're having.
Yes.
Should we allow 5-year-olds to use rifles or handguns? Well, if we're letting them use... No, we shouldn't let them use rifles either. Okay, look, man, it physically pains me to think of what's going to happen to their kids, right? Yeah. I'm not going to have them near my kids, right? We're not going to have guns. We're not going to have rifles. I'm not going to have my 3-year-old or my 5-year-old handling it because I'm not a lunatic, okay? Yeah. And if you're that stupid, oh, yeah, I know gun safety. I'm going to teach my 2.5-year-old gun safety. Your 2.5-year-old doesn't know how to speak English, let alone how to handle a gun. And now you're going to say, oh, no, just to be fair, we should let the babies handle weaponry, right? To be fair?
We have to be fair to the children.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, what are you going to do? Then you're going to, so we're desperately trying to help you, right? Don't do this. You're going to get your kids killed or yourself killed when they're like, oh, Daddy, what's this? Boom, right? We're trying to help you. It's not in my house. It doesn't hurt me. It hurts you, right? Yeah. But no, yeah, liberal, yeah. Trying to make sure my kid doesn't blow his head off. Yeah, do-gooder. Yeah, okay, fine. Guilty as charged.
But what if that kid is the last line of defense against ISIS?
ISIS, and Marco Rubio's not around.
I know, and I looked up. They're not allowed to use grenade launchers. What the fuck has happened to this country?
Freedom. I remember when we used to be free.
So if I want my 6-year-old to use a flamethrower, I should be able to, because that's America.
Mm-hmm. So I have 2 points. First, if this is all about self-defense, this is what they say. You should be able to defend yourself against this other guy who also has a gun. Yeah. So why can't we just make it that you only get to have a 22? Everybody can have a 22, which is a low-caliber gun. Yeah. Right? Which would work for self-defense. And if you shoot somebody with a 22, that'll work. Why do you have to be able to have an AK-47?
You need to blow a gigantic hole through their chest.
So that's my one point. If it was...
But what if your penis was smaller?
Oh, damn it. That's right. How are you going to... I didn't think about that. Yeah. That maybe just for women then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What if... we all saw the video of the guy who said... should blind people be allowed to carry guns? Before you answer, think of this. What? Think of this. What, are you off your medication? That's what I'm thinking. And he said, yes, they should be able to. You saw that video, right? Uh-huh. It was like a year ago or 2 years ago. My last thing is, I hope the NRA doesn't get hooked up with the fireworks manufacturers because there'll be M80s going off all over the frickin' place, okay? Yeah. Can you imagine that? Like, I was taught as a kid, like, fireworks, it's irresponsible to have them. It's something that it's only left to the professionals, and you're not supposed to do it because you can hurt yourself. But they don't care about guns, though. Let's give them to kids. Let's have them in schools. Yeah. Let's have them at hospitals.
Conservatives hate those regulations on fireworks. They hate them.
It's like it's anti-grown-up to be irresponsible with guns. Like, you're supposed to be overly responsible. You're supposed to be, and they just go the other way. It's like they're making the maniacs argument for We saw Rick Santorum with Chris Hardball talking about, he said, well, you don't think they should have guns in hospitals. And he said, why not?
Yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately that's become more common, and people who have like mental breaks in hospitals are starting to get killed by security guards at hospitals. And the reason that you can't have the kids and you can't have guns just everywhere is because this isn't like putting something into your body where it's like, this isn't about you, man. This is just something I'm doing. The bullet, once it leaves the gun, it doesn't check to see who fired it.
Right.
It can hit anybody. Like in Iowa, for instance, Tuesday of this week, the 12-year-old daughter of an Idaho militiaman was accidentally shot during a meeting. Like, you bring your kid to a militia meeting, she gets shot. I wonder if his opinion has changed. I doubt that it has. By the way, the Iowa House also passed bills that allow people riding snowmobiles to carry loaded firearms and also keep weapons permits confidential. But the whole idea was that you carry the gun to scare off people. You seem to not want them to know that you have a gun before they do something. Seems like you want to use the gun as opposed to scaring them off.
Yeah, well, that Idaho militiaman, he was positive he was going to use that weapon against the terrorists that were going to come, right?
To Iowa.
Yeah.
Oh, well, look at that. It was used, unfortunately and accidentally, on your daughter, which is only not 1,000. It's closer to 1,000,000 times more likely.
Yeah.
So, okay. And he was going to also make sure that nobody came into his house and, and it was self-defense. Also, about 1,000 times more likely that you're accidentally going to shoot your daughter instead. Okay, so we're trying to help you. No, you don't want the help. But no, I'll get my daughter shot without you, you lib. Okay, all right.
So that guy's argument will be, hey, now that your daughter was shot, did you change your mind a little bit on, hey, I got in a car accident. I didn't stop driving cars.
Yeah.
That's what he'll say.
Yeah, well, we also use cars for other reasons.
Yes, exactly.